Hello, good day everyone. Good day everyone. We are now live on for our free webinar, Understanding FDMS, Fiscal Database Management System for VAT Compliance. We are now live. Just 5 minutes for people to join. We are now live. So let me first send a voice chat in the group so that everyone join us on this webinar. Hello everyone. Hello. We are now live for our session. We are now for our webinar on YouTube, so you can join through the link. You can join through the link for our webinar. We are now live. We are using YouTube. You can join via the link sent. Hello everyone. We are live for the FDMS. We are now live. You can join through the link that I have sent in the group. This one will not be done through WhatsApp because we need to share the screen and show you some examples. So you can join via the YouTube live. You can join via the YouTube live because we want to show for FDMS. We are now live for the FDMS module via YouTube. So you can join via the link that has been sent. I believe everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, kindly raise your hand or react or even say something on the chat. If you can hear me, in 5 minutes, once the 5 minutes mark has been reached, then we start our session, our webinar. This session is focusing on understanding FDMS, the ZIMRA's Fiscal Database Management System for VAT compliance. So what ZIMRA has done is it has added a new module in Tarms where you can manage your input invoice claims. All right, that's good. People can are confirming that they can hear me. So as I've said, the session for today is to understand what is FDMS, the Fiscal Database Management System for VAT compliance that was introduced by ZIMRA. So let's get started. Digital tax system is continuously improving in Zimbabwe. We have seen that the process took long, but now ZIMRA might have hit the jackpot with the new system, Tarms. So now Tarms is the official system that they are advocating everyone and taxpayers to check and collect their revenues with. So most business owners, they register for VAT. VAT is a consumption tax. As we all understand that it's a consumption tax. By consumption tax, it means it's paid by everyone. Everyone that who consumes in this economy pays in VAT, right? As a consumption tax, they need something to track that tax that everyone that consumes it is correctly remitted to the fiscus or to the revenue authority. So they introduced what they call FDMS. The first process that they had to do before Tarms, they had to introduce Tarms. After Tarms, they they introduced fiscal devices. Fiscal devices have been there long before before the before before COVID. They had what they called registers, uh, sales registers, which they were giving business owners for free, and they would come and see how much you have sold with that sales register. But with the digital economy that we are moving towards to, they introduced fiscal devices. Fiscal devices started in the eras of e-taxes, right? In as much as they were efficient in just tracking your sales on your computer and on their device, they needed to visit your premises so that they can verify that the invoices that you did or the returns that you did on VAT are tallying with the sales that you posted in their fiscal device. But when Tarms was introduced, they had to find a way to digitalize everything and centralize everything digitally so that they can confirm and verify easily without visiting your premises. That's why FDMS was introduced. Fiscal database management system. So they have a lot of servers that are installed at their offices, which verifies their transactions. Oh, volume is a bit low. Let me try to bring the mic. How is it now? Can you hear me now? Am I audible enough with the right volume? All right. So on today's agenda, we want to introduce what FDMS is and its key purpose, the core functions of FDMS in VAT management, the technical and compliance requirements for FDMS adoption. So now we want to know why they introduced the new module in Tarms. Then what are the business benefits, challenges, and the penalties for non-compliance? So these are the four main agendas of today's webinar. All right. As I was explaining what FDMS is, it's a real-time data collection system. So what happens is with FDMS, when you fiscalize your invoice, needs to follow a sequence of invoices or of invoice numbers, right? So whenever you skip an invoice number, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's chronological order. It's following a pattern or a sequence. When you jump an invoice number to number 7, when you try to close your fiscal day end, sometimes it will fail to close because it understands that you have skipped some of the invoices because of that chronological order of invoices. This prevents some people not fiscalizing order in larger order invoices now invoices, so it tracks that through the FDMS. So what is FDMS? It's a real-time data collection system which monitors the transactions of any business that is VAT registered for compliance. What are the objectives? So they want accurate VAT reporting for them and for businesses. So it ensures precise and timely reporting of VAT. That's why VAT returns were supposed previously were submitted on the 25th. They reduced them to 15th, and now it's on the 10th. You need to remit the VAT returns on the 10th now of every month if you are on a monthly basis, because they understand that this this data you have it, and also they have it, they can verify it easily. And also it prevents fraud. Whenever there are no systems to reduce pilferage, whether in your business or at Zimra side, because we are clients to Zimra, and we are the as clients we commit fraud to Zimra, and they will lose revenue for that. So that's why they introduced FDMS. So for easier verification of sales and purchase records. So purchase records, I'll explain later why I said purchase records, to detect and prevent fraudulent VAT activities. Also, it enhances transparent in VAT collection, which will enhance clarity and openness. So that way, all the objectives of introducing FDMS for on the Zimbra side, and also it's important. So this is an example of an invoice that has been fiscalized. So this is the QR code. If you have a phone, you can scan this QR code, right? If you scan the QR code, it will redirect you to the Zimra website, and it will verify that this invoice is valid. So FDMS plays a crucial role in modernizing the Zimbabwe's tax system by introducing these digital solutions. And also because of automation, this is automated. Whenever one fiscalizes the invoices, it will automatically capture the T number of the fiscalizer and the T number of the buyer. And also it happens in real time. So there is no time or waiting for someone to send reports. This happens automatically in the cloud or in the digital platforms. So it will improve compliance efficiency both on the taxpayer side and on the agent side, right? Now we have talked about what is FDMS, why it's important, what it does, what it improves in revenue collection for both the taxpayer and the agency, right? So now we have sales invoice tracking. So whenever you register VAT, you are required to fiscalize all your invoice, right? So they will require you to have either virtual fiscalization or the old way. So you will need to buy a device. Now the devices have been going down and down because the suppliers are getting many. You need to track every invoices or every invoice that you sell using that device or fiscalization. So whenever you register, at any time you are going to register, that means whenever you fiscalize, it will go into FDMS, right? So that means your sales have been easily tracked by the FDMS system. Now what they have introduced as the invoice management system in Tarms is when you make purchases. Because as a business, you collect VAT as output VAT on behalf of the government. Then you need to remit that VAT to the agency. But let's say you are in business as well, you are buying your stock from other businesses that are VAT registered as well. That means you are paying that VAT on in some way. Let's say you import your goods. At the border, it's automatically that you pay VAT. That VAT you pay, that will appear on the bill of entry. That VAT is an input VAT that you can claim. It's a VAT that you have already paid. Let's say you have collected 1,000 here and you paid at the border 700 when you were purchasing your items. This is output VAT, right? This is input VAT, the one you paid when you're purchasing your products. Now you only need to pay 300 to Zimra. But however, it needs paperwork. This 1,000 that you have collected is in their database already that you collected 1,000 and you owe them 1,000. Whenever you buy from your suppliers, now you are now required, right? You are now required to give them that you are a company. Your TIN number is this, right? For example. So for you to be able to claim your input VAT, you no longer need to just provide a receipt. You need to give your supplier your TIN number. Let's say you go into Pick and Pay to buy groceries for business. Once you have done all the transactions that now you are at the point of sale, you need to say it's a company. I need it to I need my VAT to be put my TIN number to be put on the invoice. At the time they put the invoice number, the TIN number, and it's fiscalized, it will automatically validate that you have bought something that is taxable. And that tax current code was you bought in USD or ZIG. All right. How do you go about with companies like Chicken Inn? And I'll answer that later. So, right, right. It's very, it's now very important. However, they haven't yet connected with Ascuda. Ascuda is used for customs. When you are importing, let's say you are a retail, you import from other countries. They haven't yet connected Ascuda and Tarms, but they are in the process. So your bill of entries are still to be done manually, because on that bill of entry there would be a VAT amount that you need to claim through the bill of entry number. So that only process is still being done manually. But for all local purchases, they will self-populate, right? So that is how the new module is going to work in terms. So as I said, for output VAT through your sales, it's easier. They can be tracked through fiscalization. The moment you are selling and you are fiscalizing, is already collecting that data. The moment you are buying from other suppliers, now your input VAT needs to be captured, right? So this is the new module that they have um, just put, right? This is the new module that is that they have put. If you are VAT registered, if you log into your Terms account, you see that now there is FDMS. FDMS something to log into FDMS, but at the moment it's not yet functional. But once you have seen that they have put that, that means it will not take long for it to come into effect. It will not take more than a month to come into effect. And if you are VAT registered, you need to get used now to collect all the fiscal invoices for your input VAT. It's part of tax planning. Tax is a huge cost, and you need to plan for it in the long run. So, as part of tax planning, you need to adopt now your purchasing processes. You need to adopt a process whereby every person that buys through your swipe card or your needs to know the T number and the VAT number. They need to claim that VAT from your suppliers always. And if you are importing, I understand sometimes people don't understand the process of imports. Sometimes they bring buses. Yes, the VAT that you pay when you buy in SA is the same VAT that if you had done the correct process of importing through the right process, you would have paid the same amount at the border and not paid on the SA side. Because if you are importing through the right channel, the SA supplier will not charge you VAT. So how do you go now? I'm so uh with that in processing in the future, you just need to confirm your sales, right? Then your input VAT will automatically self-populate, and you just confirm the invoices and the purchases that you made. And if you see one missing, that means that invoice that you bought might not be used into FDMS. And you have that if you have the invoice, you can easily scan. So the beauty of the QR code, if you it will show you that this invoice is valid, and you can click review invoice to see if there are any errors that are not supporting for that invoice to be to be claimable for VAT, for input VAT. So that's the way it's shaping like in Zimbabwe. And these things don't have to to caught you off guard. You need to prepare in advance, because compliance risk is a very big risk that you need to be for your adoption of uh, FDMS and compliance. You need to check these things out and understand them. And if you are not so sure, and if you'd like to empower yourself with more knowledge on compliance, you can enroll for our tax basics course that's starting next week. So in this course, it will not just touch on VAT, it will touch on payee, what are the new developments, what are the digital tools you can also use to manage to easily manage your tax compliance. Because if the agency is moving digital, you also need to move digital. But what tools are you equipped with, the new tools that you can use to manage easily your tax compliance? So for this time, I'll leave, if anyone or if there are people that have questions, you can type your questions or on the chat. Then I'll just give 5 minutes so that you can type your questions and I can answer them here. All right. Thank you for the question, Love Much Bigger. So our lessons are structured in a way that we have pre-recorded lessons and live discussions. So when we start on Tuesday, our day one lesson on financial literacy and compliance introduction, it will be released at 5 a.m. The lessons will be released at 5 a.m. and you can watch them on any time of the day you are free. Then we have a live session at 7 p.m. which we will discuss about the lessons that were in the day one session. So the portal that we use, we have a structure that it allows us to have pre-recorded lessons that you can watch. Then also we can do live sessions as well. So that is the structure of our lessons, because I understand that most of the business owners will be busy in air during the day, and sometimes if we host a lesson that people can't come and review, some people would need would find no value in enrolling, as they would obviously miss the sessions. So that is the structure of the lessons. Any other people who have any questions? So that is the structure of how Terms has been evolving with new systems, with the new module that was introduced recently, the invoice management, which is for FDMS. As they continue to update the system, if you see me, just know that I'm always on Terms, I'm always working on Terms, and I'm always with Zimra. So you need to consult me if you are facing any challenges in Terms. If you can't find me, you can always call them at their toll-free number. So Zimra these days is very efficient. If you call at this number, they will answer you during the working days. They will answer you and assist you. So for those that would want to enroll for the upcoming cohort, I hope to see you in class and happy to have you on board. On these sessions, we are enrolling online. So I will send a link to the group where you enroll via online and you make your payment, and the enrollment will be automatic. This way, it will save you a lot of hassle for us and you as well. So, have a good night. Thank you for attending this session. I hope it was helpful to you and you have learned a lot. Have a good night. See you on the next one.